on the vest, big dog. People love the vest.
People love the vest?
They do.
Oh, really?
I don't know who people are, but they love it. They love it.
Isaac on the Love Boat is in the building. Let's get it started. He don't know who that is. In Dallas, where Dak Prescott and the Cowboys are looking for a bounce-back season. And rookie wide receiver, Simi Fehoko. Oh, did I mess that up? Probably. It's just hyped to be a Cowboy. Fifth-round pick is wearing T.O.'s number 81. That's my quarterback. Already reached out to Dez Bryant and had an inspiring conversation with his new quarterback. Take a listen.
He texted me, a couple minutes after I got drafted, telling me, like, get ready to work and we're about to go light up the league and all that. And then I seen him in the locker room here and there. He's a cool guy, man. Down to earth, super humble, and, obviously, he's a ball player, too.
See me, huh? See me. Oh, huh? All right, so Acho, does Dak Prescott sound overconfident?
He does sound overconfident, big dog. Cowboys, they got 99 problems, and Dak Prescott's confidence, it might be one. Here is why. If y'all were listening to the quote, you would catch the problem. The quote from the receiver was Dak Prescott said, "We are going to light up the league."
Yes.
In theory, that sounds like a great thing. But lighting up the league, that mentality in May, will lead to lighting up the loss column in August, September, and October.
Oh.
So,
what?
I got to go to the big board, big dog. I got to
Let's
go
go.
to the big board. And we started the show early. That's why I needed the vest. I needed the vest because I could move.
You need to move.
I needed the vest because I am flexible. And I needed the vest because I'm going to break this down for you. Now, Dak Prescott said he's going to light up the league. But let me show you, Cowboys fans, why that's problematic. I'm just going to do it in story form. We all know the Cowboys' defense was very bad last year through the first 4 games of the season. But it really wasn't the worst defense in the league. The worst defense, even worse than the Cowboys, was the Green Bay Packers. Why do I say that? Packers actually allowed more yards per play. It was slight, but they allowed more yards per play than the Cowboys. Packers averaging 6.06, Cowboys averaging 6.00. Now, why in the world did the Cowboys give up more points? Because the Cowboys had to play more plays. But why did they have to play more plays? Because as you move on to the next progression, as you move on to the next slide, you'll see the 2 quarterbacks. Now, you better believe Dak Prescott was on pace to light up the league. Last year, he was going to give you significantly more yards than the Packers quarterback and Aaron Rodgers. He was going to give you significantly more yards a game, and he was going to throw for more attempts throughout the course of the season. Oh, Dak was going to light up the league, but at what cost? That's the question, Cowboys fans, you have to ask yourself. Because if the offense helps the defense and the defense helps special teams and they all work together as a team, then lighting up the league, it might cost you a little something. Because as we roll to the next slide, you'll see the biggest difference between the 2 teams. Packers, they ranked first in time of possession, meaning they were going to possess the football the longest. They were going to mask their deficiencies on defense. The Cowboys, on the other hand, 31st, second to last in time of possession. So while, yes, offensively, the Cowboys were on pace to light up the league, what they weren't going to do, as you look at the next slide, they sure as heck were not about to light up the win column, because through 4 games in the season, I just told you, and I just showed you, not my opinion, the Packers actually had a worse defense as far as giving up more yards per play than the Cowboys. But the Cowboys were 1-3, the Packers were 4-0, because Aaron Rodgers, he wasn't really concerned with lighting up the league. He was concerned with lighting up the win column. So Marcellus Wiley,
yes,
not only is Dak overconfident, but in my opinion, that thought process is really tripping, because light up the league if you want to, but that ain't gonna do nothing but lighten up the W's.
Oh, wow. Oh, man. Way to turn a positive into a negative. I am not worried about...
I'm a truth teller, Marcellus.
You are.
I'm a truth teller.
Yeah, but it's going to start after that take. It didn't happen during that take. Are you kidding me right now? I have no issues with his confidence level or overconfidence right now. Let's be real about this situation. You tried to give us an argument, which I respect, about complimentary football. Mm-hmm. At what cost?
Yes, sir.
Correct? But that's almost like saying if I come out here with this fire take, which I am, and then you don't do your part, defense, you're going to say, Marcellus, why'd you come with that fire take? What does it matter? At what cost? It's on you on the other side to do your job. But Dak Prescott certainly, when healthy, did his job. I respect what you said, though, right there. But let's always remember, too, we look at the sample size of Dak Prescott in those first few games, going 2-3. You got to remember that projections aren't even. Mm-hmm. You know why? After 5 games, what were the Pittsburgh Steelers? 5-0. After 11 games, what were the Pittsburgh Steelers? 11-0. What were they at the end of the season? 12-5. Interesting how those projections aren't always even. But let me get back to Dak Prescott and why he's so damn cocky. Cocky, something that I just can't help. Clips, baby. This is why he's so cocky. One, he's in the lab, and you've been in the lab before every single offseason. Please don't listen to my music. Please don't check my psyche and my mindset right now. I'm in the kitchen cooking it up like a stir fry,
Yes,
right?
sir.
And if you don't want to know how the sausage is made, don't take a look, don't take a peek, and don't take a listen. We have so much intel right now. We know everything. Simi comes on and tells us what Dak is like. You know what the problem with that is? This is the time. Protect the space for Dak Prescott to be cocky. So to go crazy, you got to get crazy. And that's where he is right now. We all have done it. You don't believe me? Go to any pregame. Any pregame of any NFL football game. Y'all bought your tickets, get there early. Once you're there early, you're going to watch all these guys run around with these headphones, Beats by Dre's, big old subwoofers on their head. And every one of those guys is trying to go to that special place. And that special place, if you're sitting there as a fan, you're like, damn, he look like he's psycho. He going to go kill him. Keep watching. All those dudes ain't good. All those dudes ain't right. But Dak Prescott is. Let me tell you who Dak Prescott is in the last sentence before I give you this baton back. He's the second highest paid player in NFL history with the best contract in NFL history on America's team that is the highest value franchise in all of sports with a star on his helmet and the reason this team can win and contend. Wouldn't you be cocky in that moment? I know I would.
I would be cocky, but it comes down to this, Sel.
What?
Football, as you know better than anybody watching this show, is the ultimate team game. We got to dive in there. We have to dive in there because I'm going to do y'all a disservice if I didn't tell y'all the truth of the matter. And Sel, we would be doing them a disservice if we didn't keep it real with them. Dak Prescott put up phenomenal numbers last year.
Yes.
He did. Yes. On pace to throw for, I just showed y'all, 6,000 plus yards. But lighting up the box score means nothing if you're hanging your squad out to dry. Back in August, you remember this, popped a blood vessel in my vocal cord. I said, hey, Marcellus, it's hard for me to talk, big dog. I'm going to need you to pick up the slack, do some extra reads, take us to commercial break, etc. Now, you could have not done that. You could have hung me out to dry. But you knew that Acho is down right now.
Yeah.
So you have to do more for the sake of the team.
I'm with you.
What I'm saying is Dak Prescott, he might be shining, and good for Dak Prescott. But if the defense is down right now, somebody got to pick up the slack. And the slack might not necessarily look like lighting up the scoreboard. Because what was Aaron Rodgers doing? Aaron Rodgers probably would have loved to go out there and throw 209 times in his first 4 games. He would have loved to throw for 400 plus yards a game. Instead, he only threw 130 times in his first 4 games, only threw for 300 yards a game. But what did he do? They maintained the ball longer, allowing their terrible defense, because, by the way, Packers defense, worse than the Cowboys, allowed them to hide because they had some deficiencies, like you allowed me to hide when I had some vocal deficiencies.
Love it.
I'm not mad at Dak. I'm just trying to caution you all that you got to understand, if you're in May, you're thinking about, yeah, we about to light him up. We about to light him up. We about to light him up. Does Dak Prescott and the rest of the Cowboys offense have the mental fortitude to pivot? Because if you go into a game and it's like, hey, okay, first game of the season, we're playing the Buccaneers. This is what we need to do, Dak. We got to run the ball 35 times a game. We might only pass it 25. This is what we need to do. First and second down, let's try to establish the run game. Man, but what about CD? What about Amari? I thought we was going to light him up, coach. Man, they paying me $160 over 4 years. Does Dak Prescott and the rest of the stars on offense, $100 million receiver, first-round pick wide receiver, $160 million quarterback, do they have the mental fortitude to say, we're going to do whatever it takes for the team to win as opposed to lighting up the scoreboard?
Well, even great teams struggle with that. The Kansas City Chiefs, hey, they told you, stop throwing it deep, methodical, up and down the field, move the chains. They couldn't do it. They struggled. They didn't even want to. They were too arrogant. Seattle Seahawks, latter part of last season, the regular season. Every team told you what to do. Didn't want to do it. Arrogant, caught up in trying to light it up as well. So let's not put all this on Dak Prescott. Is your vocal cords okay right now?
I still hurt, honestly.
I'm about to say, because I'm still picking up the slack. What the hell is going on? Like, I'm still doing more reads than you. Let's start here. Stop bringing up Aaron Rodgers. Stop bringing up Aaron. Because his coach don't like him. Aaron Rodgers would like to throw the ball 200-plus times in the first 4 games, but his coach doesn't like him. His coach is trying to feed Aaron Jones. His coach doesn't want him to get all the shine. So that's why I don't like that example. What example I do like is Dak Prescott and his resume. I like the fact that when healthy, they've never had a losing season. I like the fact that when he was healthy last year, they had the #1 offense. Why does that matter? Because if you look at the teams last year that had the highest scoring offenses, the top 9 all made the playoffs. You trying to tell me that